Hi, anyone and everyone. This is Kim, the Humble Hermit from Come As You Are Oracle. I'm going to do the collective for today. Today is Thursday. It is July 30th, 2026. You may follow me on the Talk, the Tube, my blog, or not. Totally up to you. Take what resonates, leave what doesn't. If it doesn't fit, don't make it fit. If some of it fits, God's kiss. We love that for you. Whatever doesn't, just leave it on the table for someone else. You don't need to take on energy that wasn't meant for you. We're going to use the Kipperish deck by Intuitive Kev. I keep forgetting to use my palm. I want to use my palm, I swear. I feel like it's nicer. I know I'm such a weirdo. We got one on the table, two on the table. Oh, we got four on the table. Two more shuffles. I think that's two cards, but it might be three. Oh, it's literally just one card. It looked so thick. It looked like there were two or three cards there. Last shuffle. Sorry, I'm looking. I started saying stuff like weeks ago, months ago. Now I'm just like looking at this reading and we got 7 with bottom of the deck. We had 7 cards in the last reading too. Bottom of the deck is protection. Top of the deck, chakras. Third party bitch. Let me show you what we got. We've got rich guy. We've got priestess. We've got ancestors. We've got expectation. We've got voodoo. We've got community. And bottom of the deck, we got healer. Feminine, masculine, take how it resonates. Just an FYI, I got the door open. The cats are freewheeling it, and Bubbles is laying on the floor whining. You okay, baby? I still have the heat off. Or the air off. I don't want to turn the air back on. I don't know. Like, I don't think it's that bad. Are you hot? You need a cold bath? What? You're such a silly boy. Oh, you're such a silly Billy. All right. Feminine, masculine, take how it resonates. I do not like this community card. We have never gotten this card in a reading before. I do not like this card. You know what's sad is the word community is supposed to like enrich your spirit, enliven your soul, right? And I'm looking at this community card and I'm thinking those look like some mother like oh. Well, either way, this is how the read is. So let me tell you this. there's a rich guy and a priestess, okay? Take how it resonates. I think this is how they are looked at, okay? There's a connection there. There's a connection there, and that is protected. The ancestors coming out, it's probably divinely protected, honestly. Either way, it's protected. We'll just leave it at that. There's an expectation there from the Most High, from the ancestors, right? Whomever these two are, they're supposed to come together. And of course, in the background, there's some kind of hoodoo voodoo bullshit with the community. And I think somebody that is complaining. I was going to say complaining. Someone that is saying that they're a healer, they're not a healer. And I've said this before, but I heard another reader say it like yesterday or the day before, so I'm just going to say it again because I probably don't say it often enough. Hoodoo, voodoo, okay, there's nothing necessarily wrong with that. Any type of spell work you do is fine as long as you use it with purpose and good intention, right? It's all about the intention. So if voodoo is bad, it's because somebody is using it in a negative manner. It's not that voodoo itself is bad. It's just that if somebody is using it to manifest for some bullshit for someone, then yeah, it's bad. But that's on the person. That's not on the magic. There's a green here too. The feminine's eyes are green. The little hoodoo voodoo doll kind of looks a little green. Somebody's jealous. So somebody might be jealous over the rich guy because the rich guy is wearing green. Hi, baby. This guy, this masculine character, is sitting at this table looking at their watch. Whatever was supposed to go on in this connection, I think, is past due. So if this rich guy and this priestess were supposed to get together, come into union, it hasn't happened. And it hasn't happened because of whatever's going on with this community, this fake healer. Because it's giving like the ancestors, right? They're like, okay, like you two were supposed to come together last year, 6 months ago, 3 months ago. Like, what's going on? And again, like the bottom of the deck was protection. So whoever this rich guy and this priestess are, they're protected. Like I said, with the ancestors. They're going to come into union whether somebody likes it or not. Top of the deck is chakra, third party bitch, abandonment, flying monkey. Jealousy, envy card is up there too. It's the 5th card. That's funny. There's pathway, surprise, karmic femme. Yeah, I don't know if this fake healer is trying to get in between the rich guy or the priestess. I don't know if it's necessarily like a third party situation so much as it's someone and a community that don't want two people to get together. Why wouldn't they want two people to get together? You know what always kills me about this type of situation too is whomever this healer is, they probably claim to be really happy. They probably claim to have a really happy life. Maybe they have a family, maybe they have a spouse, maybe they have kids, but they're trying to stop somebody else's happiness. And a lot of times it happens just because they believe somebody could be happier with someone else, as if it's their responsibility, as if it's within their control to say who gets to spend their life with who. It's nobody's business. You think I'm going to take that into my hands and do something about it? Let me give you guys an example. And you guys know, if you follow, if you subscribe, the guy that I was in love with last year, I've told you guys more than once that God told me that he had feelings for me, just like I had feelings for him, but he's got another path to go on. He's supposed to experience something else. And I've told you guys, he might be with the woman at work who has the husband and the two kids. He might be, he might not be. I have no idea. If he is, that is part of his lesson. That is, whatever that is for him to learn. That is not for me to interfere. That is not for me to do anything about it. Am I happy about it? No, of course not. Because after what I've learned, after what I've seen, I believe he deserves better. She has a husband. She has two kids. If she doesn't want them, she should leave them and start fresh and begin anew and maybe take some time for herself and then maybe decide to date. And I'm not saying that because I'm trying to control the situation. I'm saying because she's involving him in her situation that isn't finished, right? Right? And I can say that from experience because I was doing the same thing. When I was separated from the ex-husband, when I was getting ready to go through my divorce, I was already talking to other people and I was involving them in something that they did not need to be involved in. Not that any of that went anywhere. You know what I mean? Like I didn't date anybody or anything like that long term or anything like that. But I'm just saying, like, people don't need to be involved in your bullshit. You know, if the woman at work is unhappy with her relationship, she needs to get out of that and figure out how to take care of her kids and move on. Bringing him into the mix, that's just going to fuck up him. And it's going to stall out her own healing. You know what I mean? Because again, like when I got out of my marriage, my thought process originally was like, oh, I've been alone my whole marriage, you know, like the way I felt in my marriage, I've been alone the whole marriage. Now I need to look for my person. But after what, about 7 months, 8 months, I was like, this is not good. Like I should have not at all dated after the divorce was final, and I should have just invested in myself and worked on myself. I was doing that. But what I'm saying is I shouldn't have never put any focus whatsoever on dating. I should have just focused on myself and let it go at that. Not because I don't deserve another person, just because like I needed to heal from that whole situation. You're talking 11 years. 11 years with my ex-husband. And you're talking stuff before that I didn't deal with, right? Stuff since childhood that I didn't deal with. So for me to run and to try and jump into a relationship after my divorce, I should not have done that. So when I look at the situation with the guy I was in love with at work, like I can see it from all angles. Like I can literally see it from all angles. It doesn't matter. Like I was told not to interfere. I was told to let him do whatever he's supposed to do. This is why I don't ever go to him to talk to him about anything, because I'm not supposed to. If I go to him and I talk to him about something, I could say something that could change, you know what I mean? Like he needs to come up with his own thoughts and his own ideas on how he's going to live his life and how he's going to heal himself and all that stuff. I'm not supposed to have any part of that. So I walked away from that. Whatever happens on that side of the break room has nothing to do with me. All I can do is watch from the sidelines and watch the horror show go up in flames. You know what I mean? This is the opposite. This is like somebody looking looking at like a person that they thought they were supposed to be with and be like, "Oh, okay, well, I don't want you to move on and go get a job somewhere else. I don't want you to get in a relation with someone else. So I'm going to sabotage that at every freaking chance I can get." Yeah, I'm not doing that. I don't this person, whoever this fake healer is doing that, but I'm not doing that. You know what I mean? Like some people just feel like they should get involved in other people's business. It's not your business. Like whoever this false healer is, it's not their right to step in and say, "Oh, this rich guy and this priestess, they don't belong together." Who says? You? Because a whole other community would say different. A whole other community would say, this was supposed to happen. And just a reminder, the voodoo, it's a card, right? Like Intuitive Kev, right? He wrote the card. It's a card. The voodoo literally could just be speaking something into existence, wishing somebody evil, wishing somebody not well. You know what I mean? Like, it doesn't necessarily have to be like spell work, but when you say things and you put it out there and you're not using it for healing purposes and you're saying it maliciously, there's a difference. That's spell work. That's voodoo, right? And the voodoo could also be whispering in somebody's ear. If this fake healer, this false healer is whispering in the priestess's ear, that's voodoo, that's evil, that's spell work, that's negativity. Take it how it resonates. I'm feeling like really heavy in the chest, like feeling like you're going to laugh at me, but I feel like whoever this false healer is, it weighs on them. That's probably part of the karma, right? You know, you're trudging along and you think you're going to control a situation and you're going to control two people and you're going to keep them apart and you're going to do whatever you need to do that. But eventually karma is going to kick in, and it doesn't necessarily have to always be, what we believe karma to be. Having a heavy feeling in your chest and feeling like somebody's sitting on it and feeling like you're weighted down and feeling like, like, oh, I can't breathe, or oh, like, like, oh, like every day it's just a trial to get out of bed. Yeah, maybe that's because God is telling you you're an asshole. I'm just saying, whoever this false healer is, like they can feel it, like it's weighing on them, and they're probably ignoring it, right? They're probably like, oh no, I'm fine, like it's the heat, no, it's karma. It's like God's like pushing on your chest, like, hey bitch, get up off these two people. Like it's none of your biz. Let what happens happen. Just like when God told me, he has a path to go on. He has a direction he's supposed to go in. It's not for me to run up to him and be like, hey, you're going in the wrong direction. It's karmic. You gotta redirect. You gotta redirect. A, he'd probably look at me like I'm crazy. And B, it's just not for me to do that, unfortunately. And I would never want to alter somebody's path like that. I had lessons throughout my life that I had to learn, right? Right? I talk about him all the time. He's one of them, actually, right? The ex best friend, my family member that was abusive my whole life, and so many other things. So many other things. The rapes, the sexual assaults, everything was a learning lesson. You think that If I could go back in time, I would tell me not to do it. Probably not. Probably not. I mean, that was my course. That was my path. This is what I signed up for, right? If you believe in soul contracts, that's what I signed up for. I don't know if you guys follow me on the talk, but I posted last night about the broken bone theory. Okay, if you don't know what the broken bone theory is that if you have never broken a bone in your life, you are highly protected, because the odds of somebody getting through a lifetime with no broken bones is very, very odd, very irregular, not really likely to happen, right? The broken bone theory is that you are highly protected, that you were meant to be here in this lifetime to serve a purpose, to follow a path. And the idea is that these people that are highly protected, that are part of the broken bone club, if you will, don't live ordinary lives. They live very hard, difficult lives. Their paths are not easy. The average person would probably be like, fuck this, and they would opt out. I did a little video, a little blurb on my talk about it, about broken bone theory, pertaining to me personally. Not that I at all believe I'm chosen. I believe that there are chosen, yes. If I am chosen, that's not for me to say, that's for God to say. So I don't look at it like that, you know? I don't say that I'm chosen. That's for God to say I'm chosen. That's not, I'm forever the humble servant. So I would never say that. However, I've never had a broken bone. Except I think I've talked to you guys about this. I put it on my documentary on my other YouTube channel for sure. I know I did. In 1987, when I was 7, I fell and I broke my back and snapped my neck and I died instantly. And then I came back with no broken bones. However, and I did not put this on the talk. However, my whole life I've had issues with my back and I've had issues with my neck. 1987. If anybody has any experiences similar, you died and you came back, please put it in the comments. I would love to hear about it. Or near death experiences. If you experienced something supernatural, I would love to hear about it. I would love to, because I believe in that stuff. I do. Why? Because it happened to me. There you go. And people can think we're crazy, and that's okay. Doesn't bother me. You can think I'm crazy all you want. I think I'm going to let this go. I think I'm going to let this go. I mean, how long does this healer think that they're going to be able to keep these two apart? Like how long? I'm just going to say it. If this rich guy and this priestess are really meant to be, and these ancestors have been waiting on this and they're watching, at some point, whatever this false healer is doing is going to stop working. And two people are going to come together. Communication is going to happen. Union is going to happen. And there's nothing that this person can do about it. Nothing. It doesn't matter if it's a day later, a year later, 10 years later. There is nothing that this false healer can do. If two people are meant to be together, they're going to be together. That's how it works. That's just how it works. Sorry to disappoint. I'm going to leave it there. I hope it resonates for someone. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope, if anything, you're entertained. It's a little optimistic, but, whatever. We'll go with it. I hope everybody has... Well, hello, Beaner. Hi. I thought Bubs was down there. I hope everybody has a lovely evening. Just letting you guys know ahead of time, tomorrow's Friday, Saturday, Sunday. I have to do mandatory overtime on Saturday. I'm doing voluntary on Sunday. So Sunday I will just do affirmations and that's it. Because by the time I get home at 3:30 in the afternoon, actually later than that, because I'm supposed to go to Lake County Fair with my friend from work. By the time I get home, like I'm not gonna do readings. I just know I'm not. Saturday, I'm gonna do affirmations in the morning. I'm gonna do readings in the evening because I think I get off of work at like 1:30. So I'll do readings in the evening on Saturday. But I'm not gonna be doing anything extra or anything fancy or anything like that. And then tomorrow's a normal day, affirmations in the morning, readings in the evening. And if I forget to tell you guys because I'm so busy and overworked, not really. It's not that big of a deal. And I want the money for vacation next year. So um have a good weekend. Everybody have an amazing weekend. I'll talk to you later.